Hey teachers, happy last day of summer school. Happy Friday. We are at day 10. So Reconstruction is our focus today. And then kids will take their final common formative assessment over Civil War and Reconstruction. So day 10, instead of that social emotional learning connection, today's kind of a reflection for kids in order for you to get more information too about their learning these last 10 days. So we have an overview of the Reconstruction era, our guiding question: how successful was Reconstruction at addressing the social, political, and economic issues after the war, based on the priority text for this unit. So what kids will do first is preview some vocabulary. There's a link here as always. Kids are instructed to do the learn and the match for a few minutes, and then they will apply what they learned to use one of the vocabulary words in the sentence to complete the sentence. Now what we're going to do is break down the issues of Reconstruction into political, social, and economic. First looking at political, including the 3 Reconstruction amendments. So students will watch the vocabulary video. That link will take them to the vocabulary website. You'll see there, and then they just play the video from the website. Once students have done that, they're going to type the impact of the amendment here. What you'll notice on the accommodated version is that kids will instead drag and drop, or they can simply type the letter of the correct description next to the correct amendment. And then for them, political issues is actually 2 slides. It's just kind of broken up a bit more, and it's multiple choice rather than an open-ended response. So what you'll notice back on the on-level slide is that based on all this information, students are going to say what some political successes were for African Americans during this time period of Reconstruction, and then some of the problems that they face. So when we're delving into these issues of racial divide, it's important for us to see the problems most definitely, but to not overlook those successes and those triumphs that were important during the time as well. The next category we're looking at is social issues. There's 2 videos students will watch, one on Freedmen's Bureau, one on the Black Codes. This one will take them to a PBS website in which they'll watch a video. And then again, we're keeping that consistent pattern of successes and then problems, all of which are going to lead to our culminating activity. Then we have economic issues, really just centered around sharecropping, them understanding that system and the cycle of debt. It might be harder for them to see the successes, but maybe we want to link that to the potential for gaining wealth, although the problems is that very rarely did that actually happen. So when looking at Reconstruction altogether, after everything they've learned, their culminating activity is to look at this quote by W.E.B. Du Bois. This quote actually is going to be on their common assessment as well. So it's kind of important that they're exposed to it. So you could have students do this on a Google Classroom discussion board. However, it's going to be really important you have clear guidelines on how to conduct themselves, especially in the political, social climate that we're in right now, for students to really be respectful. But really, they're just responding to the quote, whether they agree or disagree with how successful Reconstruction was. So the next step is for them to take what they've learned from days 8, 9, and 10. So that would be causes of the Civil War itself, and Reconstruction from today. And there's a quizzes to help them review. It's all of those topics in one quizzes. So there's 2 different links. The first of which, you have 2 options, right? The first link is for you as the teacher, which will take you to the quizzes in which you can edit it or choose to assign it. And there's some instructions there on how to do that. Or just simply give them this student practice link, which takes them directly to the quizzes. You just don't get the data that way, which is probably fine because that's your last day and they're going to immediately take the quiz, right? So up to you what you want to do. Whatever makes sense, make sure you edit the instructions to fit your needs. Next, the students will take their last CFA, and the link is actually in your summer school pacing calendar. So looking at that, you have your regular on-level link and then your accommodated link. Now, the accommodated link does have the oral admin, as all the 8th grade ones do. Remember those links, though, have you make a copy. You will need to make your own copy and then assign it through Google Classroom to your students. You have your last checklist here to make sure students have answered everything, filled in everything before they submit the slides. And really just today, above all, is just encouraging your kids, telling them, wow, we've accomplished so much in these 10 days. And from us to you as the teacher, we just appreciate you so much. We have some of the best educators in the district, and we appreciate you taking the time this summer to further our students' education. Thank you so much and have a great day.